force Igbos out of northern Nigeria. And House Ad Hoc Committee on Telecom Operations direct National Lottery Commission to stop lottery activities by telecom operators in the country. This is the News Hour on AIT. I am Mutabal Mara.
And I'm Ogom Ezedimbu. Welcome.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has approved the registration of 5 new political parties. The National Commissioner in charge of Publicity and Voter Education, Adedeji Shoyabi, who met these known-to-newsmen after a closed-door meeting of the chairman and national commissioners of the commission, said INEC approved the registration of the 5 associations out of 95 which applied. He said the new parties fulfill the constitutional requirements for registration. The political parties are Young Progressive Party, YPP, Advanced People's Democratic Alliance, APDA, New Generation Party of Nigeria, NGP, Action Democratic Party, ADP, and All Democratic People's Movement, ADPM. The registration now brings total number of registered political parties in Nigeria to 44. Well, joining us on the News Hour now is one of the founding members of the newly registered political parties, talking about the Advanced People's Democratic Party. He's also a former national chairman of the Labour Party of Nigeria, Chief Nwanyanwu. Good to have you here on the News Hour.
It's my pleasure inviting me.
How excited is ADPA on the registration of that party?
We are happy. We are fine. We thank God they have finally registered the party. The party was on the list of associations with INEC, and we completed our documentation since 21st of March 2017. And indeed, I must tell you that Advanced People's Democratic Alliance, APDA, has been a political party since 20th of April 2017 by virtue of Section 78(4) of the Electoral Act. We are happy they have done the needful. All the members are jubilating all over the country, and I think it's a good start.
What is the next challenge now for the APDA?
Well, APDA is an idea whose time has come. APDA will now go back and start full mobilization of membership and take the appropriate position of an opposition party. You can see today there's no opposition party. APDA has come in at the right time to take that position. APDA, in a fortnight, will be forming the shadow government. We are going to have people in all the ministries. We are going to respond to every action of the present government and profile an alternative, a better alternative that will be in the best interest of the people of Nigeria. We're also going to have a shadow president. This is to make political parties who get into office deliver on their promises. It is no longer lies. It is no longer propaganda. The era is gone. This country must be fixed, and this country must move. We are tired of stagnation. We are no longer going to take it as citizens of Nigeria, and that is why the APDA, in the first place, was formed by patriotic Nigerians who felt that we are going to hit the rocks if there is no intervention.
Who are these patriotic Nigerians? Because there's been a lot of talk, conflicting reports of majority of people who have founded this party being members of an existing political party. I'm talking about the People's Democratic Party. Is that correct?
I am one of the patriotic Nigerians. I was never in the PDP. I have never been in the PDP. I had never thought of being in the PDP. So, you know, when you want to hang a dog, you give it a bad name. These questions have been on for some days. But thank God, the secretary of the caretaker committee of PDP came up 2 days ago and said they have no hand in the APDA. They are not part and parcel of the formation of APDA. I am telling you right here that PDP as a political party has no hand in the formation of APDA. I'm not in PDP. So if I have never been in PDP, will I be working for another political party? We came together based on our strong conviction that Nigeria is drifting, and the government of the day has done nothing to alleviate the sufferings of Nigerian people. And that's why the issue of this shadow government is coming up in a fortnight with the shadow president. We must confront the government with facts and figures on a better way to run a country.
And now, from what INEC has just released information, it has released about 95 applications were before it, out of which just 9 were successful. A lot of people expected the opening up of the political space. Is this an antithesis to that?
Well, that is the intent of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which of course passed that responsibility through the Electoral Act for political parties to be registered. I have referred you to Section 78, subsection 4. In fact, the entire Section 78 talks about INEC's power to register political parties. If by its INEC also has its own guidelines, you have to follow INEC step by step, as we did, including verification of claims, including visiting your office to ensure that you really exist. So, but what I want to say that is very germane and critical is when a political party has filed its documentation with INEC, INEC acknowledges as required by the law. But INEC is expected to register such a political party within 30 days. Should there be reason why INEC fails to register such a political party, the political party must be informed in writing. That is the provision. And where they have failed to do so, why INEC has failed to do so within 30 days, that provision, subsection 4, said that political association shall be deemed to have been registered as a political party. So I told you that our documentation was with INEC.
You met all due process.
All due process since March. So what I'm trying to say in opening the political space is there is no reason for INEC to delay the registration of a political party that has complied with the law within 30 days. It doesn't matter how anybody feels about it. It doesn't matter whether you like those who are promoters of the party. It doesn't matter your hunches, your crunches, or your biases. What is important, it is enshrined in the law that this process must be followed. We are not complaining. We knew we have become a party since 20th April, and we decided to unveil the party this Monday. So I have to also congratulate and thank INEC leadership for doing the needful, but they should not do this with other associations who want to enter the political terrain.
Chief Nwanyanwu, thank you so much for joining us on the News Hour.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations. Yeah. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has identified the lack of adequate funding as a major challenge to the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise, CVR. Chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, made this known while declaring open the mid-quarter review of the continuous voter registration exercise in Kaduna, northwest Nigeria. He said taking the exercise to the doorsteps of every Nigerian is the major concern of the Commission as enshrined in the Electoral Act. But the financial costs and other challenges are huge obstacles.
Which is the closest and most ideal because it will take the CVR to the doorsteps of citizens. There are 119,973, approximately 120,000 polling units nationwide. No continuous voter registration has ever been conducted by the Commission at this level. Total cost for deployment for just take off at polling unit level is 137.4.
Chairman, however, assured that the exercise shall continue until 60 days to the 2019 general elections.
The Nigerian Senate has picked holes on the ongoing voters' registration exercise across the country with a call on the Independent National Electoral Commission to decentralize the process in order to reach the increasing number of qualified persons willing to register. The Senate's decision followed complaints from constituents across the country.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, commenced voters' registration exercise 2 weeks ago in the 774 local government areas across the country. Intending voters have been complaining of the challenges faced while undergoing the exercise, particularly the malfunctioning and non-availability of direct data capture machines. The complaints of voters formed part of discussion at the Senate plenary on Wednesday.
Slowness of the direct data capture machines, inadequate manpower, and inaccessibility of registration centers.
The Senate therefore mandated its committee on INEC to monitor the exercise periodically and report back to enable it to address challenges as they crop up. The Senate also urged the federal government to strengthen the National Agency for the Prohibition of Human Trafficking and the Nigerian Immigration Service to take effective measure preventing further illegal migration.
The International Organization for Migration made Nigeria and Iraq a case study in one of their researches.
The legislators further raised concern over the cut-throat price of 1.5 million naira for annual Hajj fare package